In this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 fighting tips I wish I knew sooner. And if I knew these sooner, I could have maybe made earnings quicker, or I would have been a much better player. So make sure to listen and follow all these 14 tips. When there is a box like this, let's say like this, and you have a stairs like this, every player says you have to do this, go for the right hand peak. But let's say in the moment you're dropping down or you're double keying, the player's inside here, where's here my crosshairs, you can see him through the builds, he's not ready for you. A lot of the best players, they literally edit like that and shoot. And you've been told the left hand peak is bad, you know, it does not have more to shoot of you. But when the player's not expecting it, and you can quickly take it compared to, let's say, look, I'm coming here, I can take this, my crosshair is already, let's say an opponent is there, my crosshair, I get a few shots through, I hit him, but also my crosshair is at this part. So instead of going boom, and then I have to swing back here, instead you can go like this, and you can shoot him quicker, easier, and even it's even faster to do compared to like that. So keep in mind when you can see the player through the builds of what edit you're going to do. And for this situation on the stairs like this, I've seen the best players literally do this type of edit, and it works like a charm every time. So yeah, definitely get this edit into your fighting roster. The next tip is actually another edit, and it's, you keep in mind the same thing I just said there, but the edit you can do is this edit. And what's so good about this edit is you're not expecting, you can quickly open it, and let's say it's duos or solos, you can see the entirety of the box. Even if you're going to cone here, you could still see someone if they're behind this cone. And why it's so good is if they're not looking at you and you can quickly edit it and get a shot off of, or well, you quickly look in, you're able to get a shot much easier and hit your target easier, because you don't have to, you know, be fancy trying to look through builds. All you do is you stand on this cone, even crouch, and just shoot them, because you can see the entirety of the box. Now this edit is terrible to do if the player is really close to the wall. They can just crouch down, pop up and shoot you. So keep in mind of when you should do it. When the player is deep into the box like that and they're distracted, they're trying to move out the box, or they're just not ready for you, this edit is really good and can help you get damage in a lot more kills. So keep this edit in mind. The next tip is just simply to slow it down, but it's not as simple as that. There's a reason why I'm saying this. I've watched so many pros, bot reviewed them, and let's say a lot of the times, this is literally what happens. There's a box like here. The pros don't suddenly just start doing, you know, oh, okay, I'm bad. No, wait. The pros don't suddenly just start doing triple edits, you know, trying to be fancy with it. They simply go from the angle that they think is best, start pressuring, they switch angles, things like that. They don't try to be fancy, they don't start doing way too much. Yes, they can get some counter piece control, so if they edit, they can get out. But a lot of times, they're literally, I'm watching these pros, and all they're doing is just being really aggressive and applying pressure, and the other players can't cope with that. And actually, what I'm saying there is, I think there's actually 3 fighting tips, or 4, all in this one explanation I'm giving you. Right, so 1, to slow it down. You don't have to be doing loads of fancy stuff. You can simply just slow it down, look through the builds where the player is, have your shotgun out, put pressure on, simple stuff, simple as that. Second, apply pressure with your weapons. This is a really big tip. You don't have to use your pickaxe, and you can play a lot more range, which also is other things pros do, especially if they're weak. They play range. Now blueprint edits are good, but they're hard to do quickly, especially on controller, but they're still very good to catch players off guard. Use blueprint edits, play distance at times, and then when they're weak, jump in. Another thing is, yes, you can be looking through the player. You can see the player, tracking with your crosshair through the builds. And this one explanation is like all the tips I've given you. And there was actually another one there I was going to say. What is it? Let me think. Honestly, I can't remember. But if you know, go back and listen closer, you'll see that I mentioned it, but I didn't go into more detail. But that's the thing. There's so much fighting tips to learn in Fortnite that Thankfully, I'll always have more videos to make on them. So make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this video so far and you think these tips are useful. But more importantly, let's get on to the next fighting tip. This next fighting tip is, it's a bit of a sad one, but it's so useful, and so many players make this mistake, myself included. And it's simply, you're fighting and your player, let's say the player's weak, but you don't have any of your guns reloaded, or they have very few bullets. Because you're so hyper and you get so excited, the fact that he's weak, you might do the stupid play of just F it, phase in, but then you jump in, nothing's reloaded, you can't shoot. The player actually does have a reloaded gun, hits the max pump, and you, while you're panicking about reloading, he can hit his shots and you die. So yeah, reloading really is underappreciated skill to have, reloading well. And what would be my tips to get better at reloading? Well, when you're fighting, one thing is, don't play too much of these creative maps where you're fighting, because the instant reload thing definitely makes it actually worse. Now, it won't help, it will make it worse, because your muscle memory might be in game that, oh, you can just immediately reload. But we all know that's not true. For beginning with reloading, you have to keep in mind your playstyle and what shotgun you take. So if your playstyle is jump in the box, I think, like, really aggressively jump in the box the whole time, I don't think you should take a gatekeeper, because there's too many times where I've jumped in the box, gatekeeper not reloaded, and I just died. And actually, a thing to keep in mind is, for a shotgun like the gatekeeper, see if I can actually get it. The reloading isn't like one reload. It that's fine, I can't get it. But it is, I guess it's a mag is the way to describe it. It's a mag that gets reloaded. The amount of times where I've left the time to reload but switched it's a millisecond too early, and it didn't end up reloading, and when I jump in the box, there's nothing and I die. Keep that in mind if you are a person that wants to carry the gatekeeper. It's probably happened to you. It's really annoying. I guess the best thing is to just keep practicing the mindset of, I am holding this shotgun out until I know it's reloaded. I'm not going to try to do something too quick, too fancy. If there's a player able to jump in, I'm not going to try and stop have the reload finish and then immediately go out. Give it just like that 1 second more, and if the player jumps in, at least just have your shotgun out and the reload will be done and you'll be able to shoot them. So yeah, keep that in mind. For reload management for other weapons like SMGs and stuff, yes, it is important. It's very important too. For them, I think you should just practicing where, like, you're just constantly reloading in fights. You know, you're spraying and you're changing position, get the reload off, and then go back to spraying. And you can also try and conserve your bullets. Yes, reloading is important, but also keep in mind conserving your bullets. Let's say on end game, you don't have to spray everyone you see. Sometimes keep the bullets in your mag, wait for the right moment, then spray, wait for the right moment, get inside the box, you know. Keep all those things in mind. And get better at your reload management. It's important. My next tip is to watch pro players. Watch pro player VOD reviews, which I do them. I don't know why I said like that, but yeah, I know myself from watching or VOD reviewing these pros, I'm getting so much better at the game with my knowledge. Mechanics, not so much, but that's the thing. Mechanics actually aren't anywhere near as important as you think. But yeah, from watching these pros myself, I have improved so much more. And yeah, you don't have to go VOD reviewing yourself. Instead, just subscribe to me and I will make the videos. Honestly, yes, I will benefit from that, but you will too. You will learn so much from watching my VOD review videos, where I analyze certain players. Another thing is, yes, I benefit from it, and I said that you benefit too, but I was going to make a point. Yeah, I guess it's great. I can use the videos and improve my YouTube channel, but also improve at the game, which can mean also I can make more videos of what I learned from playing myself to help you. But yeah, I'm kind of ranting here. it's very important to watch pro VOD reviews. You will learn so much more from just playing yourself and learning from your own mistakes, which is important. But I know myself, I feel like I've noticed the most improvement from watching pro player VOD reviews because you see what you should be doing and why. Very, very useful. My next tip is to learn this side jump. Learning things like this, but specifically this, I don't know why I'm saying like this, but is extremely useful. It allows you to, the amount of fights where I'm trying to battle a guy and he's about to wrap me off, I side jump, get the control like this. The stair side jump is one of the most utilized things in build fights. Now I feel like build fights are more less popular these days, but they're still, especially in like open tournaments, they're still crucial to be able to be good at them. So I would recommend learning how to be good at this side jump. And you see the way I'm doing, there's different techniques of doing it. So you have to either just jump like that or jump like that and you catch yourself. And it just allows you to get up quickly, catch your opponents off guard, and yeah, way more opportunities of type of plays you can do. So learn the side jump. Another thing, I'm going to go straight into it. Another thing you can you should be learning is, let me show you. So a play that I saw Teeny do is when you're boxed up here like this, he takes the wall, edits it, and shoots it. The thing that I noticed that was actually very interesting is, I think this mistake I would do, I would take this wall from this angle. Yes, actually, do they have an angle on me? Yeah, they literally can still shoot me. So there's a reason why I kind of stopped doing it, because I didn't see benefit from doing it. But when I watched Teeny, what I learned what he was doing is he was pressuring from where he could see them, and if you do quick enough, he'd catch them off guard and shoot them. And then if they did look at him, he could just move like this, do a different play, all different things like that. But this type of move he used a lot, and looking through the builds again, get his shot off of, very useful. Two very important useful edit things, builds to use there. And I guess another one is the wall, the booger wall side jump. Very nice. That's just a little bonus. I'm not even kind of considering that a tip. But improving and learning different type of builds, edit techniques to do is very important as well. The next tip I'm going to tell you is very simple, but OP. I was going to say overpowered, same word anyway. So let's say I'm jumping into this box. Why do I want to be jumping into here? This type of angle. Well, because when I jump in like this, okay. Let's make another box. Actually, let's go. Just go up here. Let's use the technique. So why exactly do I not want to be jumping here? Well, look, my player takes up basically all of the left screen, and it's a left-hand peak. It's going to be a lot harder to shoot players in this box. But when I jump in here, I literally go first person. I can see everything. It's way easier to hit my shots. Now again, basically you always want to jump in on the left side and stick to the left wall, stick to the left corners, and you'll always have a full visual on the players in your box. It's what all the pros do, and it's OP, because there's so many times where a player just jumps into your box. If you stick to the left, stick to the corners, you'll be able to shoot them, do some damage. Simple as that. And it'll also be harder for your opponent to hit you, because if you're in this left corner, you'll have to swing like that to shoot you. So it's very simple, but very OP tip. Make sure to remember it, because you will win way more 50-50s, jumping ins, all those type of fights inside a small box. I just remembered one of the tips I was saying when I gave like that spiel of 5 different tips. Counter piece control. Yeah, it's been said before, but so many players I fight in tournaments do not do it, or I play with. All here, this is good. This is counter piece control, but it wouldn't even matter, because all they would have to do is edit it. Boom, I'm boxed. So that's why it's so important to have counter piece control. So, because if that happens, boom. Oh, sorry. If that happens, boom. Oh, what do I do? If that happens, boom, I'm out. And a lot of things that a lot of good players do is they use counter piece control to actually attack. So you do that, they open it, they think you're gone, you quickly edit it back, get a shot off, and yeah, counter piece control is so important. You can use it for defense and attack, like I just said. So do not forget about counter piece control. And there's different forms. When you're in a box like this, really important you have a pyramid, so players can't just do the usual phase the stair in, boom, get an easy shot off of, play with it, all those type of things. So yeah, do not forget about counter piece control and make sure to practice it. Alright, on to the 3 last final tips. The next tip is what I'm doing right now. Free building. Yes, I know I said to keep it slow and simple, but just practicing your mechanics, warming up with something like free building every time you hop on is what all the pros do, and there's a great reason for it, and it makes you so much better. Not only does it warm up your fingers nicely, but it improves. Oh, sorry, I've just got a level up. Let's go. Yeah, it basically, like, my mechanics improved so much more since I started doing this. It makes me practice my timing, my placement, crosshair, and just my overall editing and building as one together. Yes, I know, like, not how these moves actually come into play in real fights, but they can on the very off chance, and that's kind of what it helps practice for too, is randomness. Not every fight is the same. So when you're practicing, you know, when you're freebuilding, when you're practicing, you should practice kind of randomly. Let's say like this, then you switch, you go out this way, I'm really failing, I'm not that warmed up, just definitely not an excuse. But yeah, when you practice all these different type of techniques, now to be honest, what I'm trying to do right now is be too fancy. It's more important to do it than to look cool every now and then. So what I should be doing really is I should be slowing down and making sure I actually complete the edits and build nicely. So yeah, keep it random. Don't just do the same. Like, what I mean by keep it random is don't do this. Yeah, it's cool, and you can do it here and there to warm up in your warm up, but to improve and get the most out of free building, you need to try and keep it random and try and do things that also might happen in a real game. Let's say, you know, boxed up, then you have to go out, make a tarp, then you come back out, quickly get a shot of, you know. Practicing at that free building will help you improve a lot more. The next tip that I think is actually crucial is simply to experiment. Now, it's not just to experiment with your building, like I just said, to be random. To experiment with your loadouts. This is kind of advice for how to fight better in like actual real game scenario. Like, but other advice is also for real game scenario, but this is irrelevant to creative at all. So yeah, what I mean by experiment is, in a real game scenario, would be try out different loadouts. You know, the meta is new this season. Try different loadouts, experiment with them, and see which ones you like, or why you like certain ones for certain different types of matches. Do you prefer carrying a different loadout when you're W keying, or a different loadout when you're trying to play the end game and just get the win? Experiment with these type of things and keep that all in mind. And experiment with how you play as a team, if you're playing duos, or how aggressive you play, where you rotate, what loot what drop spot you go for, and what level of loot you get, because that is important. You will actually fight better the better loot you get. But if you try and get like the best of the best loot, and you die every game, well, then you won't even get to practice fighting. You'll just keep dying off spawn. So yeah, keep those things in mind and experiment. This final tip might be the most boring one out of them all, but maybe the most important. And it's simply rest, but also take a break from playing. What I mean is, in a tournament or just when you're practicing, trying to get better, take a break, go outside, move your body. Many times you might notice you feel sluggish when playing, or you're making stupid mistakes that you thought that you would learn and got better at. That could be simply being caused because you haven't taken a break, your body's tired, that's distracting you, all things like that. Exercise, take a break, rest your mind will make you play 10 times better at Fortnite. Alright guys, I hope this video helped. Follow all these fighting tips and you will play so much better. Remember when the tips was that to watch a VOD review and you will get way better? When it's true, watch this VOD review of the world's smartest fighter in Fortnite and you will get a lot better. Alright guys, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.